Hi! Welcome back to my channel. I'm feeling a lot brighter today. I've been feeling quite flat this week, and today I feel like I've woken up as a new person. I'm feeling really festive. I've got the festive mug out again. I have got one other. I feel like I need to build up my collection a little bit, although the mug cupboard is brimming full. Also, I just wanted to draw your attention to my t-shirt. If you saw my book lovers gift guide, you would have seen that I featured this in there from Joni Clothing, and they kindly gifted me this t-shirt. So this is the Avid Readers Club t-shirt, obviously in grey. When you look at something online, you can't tell the quality. This is so soft. Obviously it's £25, so you would hope it would be pretty good quality, but that's not always the case. But this is lovely. I sized up, so I went for a medium because I'd read that it was quite a snug fit. And actually, I would say it's pretty perfect. So if you're looking for inspiration for a book lover in your life, or you fancy just treating yourself, yep, I will leave the link to that video in the description below. But I can thoroughly recommend this t-shirt. I can't get over how soft it is. So today, obviously you can tell from the thumbnail and the title of this video, I'm going to be doing my first ever tag video. We'll see how it goes. So if you do enjoy this video, please give it the thumbs up, because that will just give me an idea of what you like, what you want to see more of, and I'm planning at the moment for next year's content, so it's really useful to me. So I must say, from the title of this tag, which is the end of year book tag, I assumed this was something that I needed to do right at the end of December before we went into the new year. Turns out I was completely wrong. So I've seen so many booktubers do this tag already, and then when I actually looked into the questions, I realised that this actually was probably something I should have done a month ago maybe. I still think it's relevant. I wouldn't be doing this video if I thought, well, it's completely out of date, it's rubbish, I don't have anything to add. I think we can get away with it. There are 6 questions that I'm gonna answer, and I'm hoping that you'll get to know me a little bit more. Obviously I do a lot of to camera stuff like this. I never really do vlogs. I may look at doing a reading vlog next year. So hopefully this video may give you a little bit more of an insight into how I am as a reader, but also how I am in sort of my day-to-day life. I've got the questions written down here. So, are there any books that you started this year that you need to finish? I am not someone who reads multiple books at a time. I am a one book at a time girl. Saying that, at the moment I am reading The Silent Patient, and I'm also listening to an audiobook. The first audiobook that I've ever properly listened to. I'm not sure whether that counts. I guess you're kind of immersed in 2 different stories, so maybe it does count as sort of reading 2 at a time, but I don't want to get into that whole debate of whether audiobooks count towards your reading goals or whether audiobooks are really reading. I kind of have got 2 stories going on at once at the moment, but typically I will not have 2 books on the go. If I ever stop reading a book, I don't think I will ever pick it back up again. I really try my hardest to always get to the end of a book, but sometimes, I mean, it's rare. I think there's been one occasion this year, and that was The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hugo. Is that it? No. See, I'm getting 2 books mixed up there. That was The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. That would be it. I think I've got the other one here. Here we go. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, or The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I assume they're both very different books. I'm hoping so anyway. So I didn't finish The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I started off really enjoying it, and partway through it really confused me. It was taxing my brain way too much, and I didn't finish it. I did do a full review of that book. I will leave that linked in the description below. I will try my hardest to always finish a book. I hate something unfinished. Generally in life, that's how I feel. But there are times, you know, when you think it's just not worth it, and that was definitely one of those times. So no, there aren't any books that I need to finish this year, and that is how I like things. neat and tidy. Question 2 is, do you have any autumnal books to transition into the end of the year? And here we see why I should have done this video probably a month ago. I am a very seasonal reader. You've probably clocked that if you've been watching my channel for a while. I enjoy wintry, cozy, festive reads this time of year. I enjoy summery, beach setting, anything that's abroad in the sunshine during the summer, and in between I read anything that takes my mood. So I'm either a seasonal reader or a mood reader. So I started reading cozy, sort of wintry fiction from, when was the first one I read? I think it may have even been at the end of October with Meet Me in London by Georgia Toffolo. I decided this year that I would give myself 2 months to read festive fiction because one just isn't enough for me. I've realised since being on BookTube that I am a very slow reader. I think the other day I heard someone that I was watching on YouTube say that they had read 12 books in a month. That would take me about 6 months to read. So obviously at the moment I'm having a little interlude from those sort of festive fictions, and I am reading The Silent Patient, which is what you guys voted for on my Instagram the other day when I had 3 books. I wasn't sure which one to go for. This was the one that won by a whisker. If you're not following me, by the way, over on Instagram, I will leave my handle, I think that's what it's called. I will leave where you can find me on Instagram below in the description. As I said, I'm also listening to a festive audiobook, which I am really enjoying without giving too much away. So I don't really have necessarily any books to transition me. Maybe I've kind of already taken that step with Meet Me in London by Georgia Toffolo. That was I would say that was more of a wintry, cozy feel rather than a proper festive fiction. And that was quite a nice stepping stone to the kind of real festive fiction. Number 3, is there a new release that you're still waiting for? There was a new release that I was waiting for. I pre-ordered it on Amazon and it arrived, I think it was last week, and that is Leave the World Behind by Ruman Alam. I think that's how you pronounce it. Firstly, I feel like Amazon books just aren't arriving that well at the moment. Look at this at the top. I don't know if you can see it. Look how mottled it is. I know it's only the dust cover, but if it had been a present, I would have been absolutely gutted because I would have had to have sent it back, and that is a ball ache. This is going to be made into a film for Netflix next year with a cast of Julia Roberts and Denzel Washington. So I have high hopes for this book. This sounds really intriguing to me and also quite 2020 topical without actually meaning to be, because I believe this was written before coronavirus. It's basically about 2 families who don't know one another but are forced together on a long weekend, and it doesn't particularly go to plan. It's definitely going to be top of my pile to read in January. I imagine there is going to be a lot of hype around this book. Like I said, there's already quite a lot of talk about it, and I want to get in there and read it before that hype gets too much and my expectations get too high, because otherwise I'm disappointed. Question 4, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Thank goodness that I have done this video now, otherwise I probably wouldn't have time to read 3 books before the end of the year. I mean, I'm filming this on the weekend it's going up, but it is we're getting towards the end of November now, so it's probably unlikely I am going to finish. Oh no, I could probably get 3 books in. So obviously I am going to finish The Silent Patient. I'll have that review for you next week. I am also obviously listening to Christmas Wishes by Sue Moorcroft, so I will have that book finished. It's funny, isn't it, saying book? So I will have that finished, hopefully within the next week. And I may get another book in. In fact, I probably will get another book in, which is exciting because I don't actually think I've got that on my calendar. Just having a look here to see if any of these are ones that I might read. I mean, do I go for something really festive like The Christmas Sisters by Sarah Morgan. I got this for 99p in the Oxfam charity shop. Love the Oxfam charity shop. Or do I go for another book that it seems the whole world has read but me? Like The Silent Patient, I still haven't read Where the Crawdads Sing. So I could maybe get that one in before Christmas. Or do I go for a festive one? Let me know what you think in the comments. So yeah, those are the three. So The Silent Patient, Christmas Wishes by Sue Moorcroft, and one other, TBC. Question 5. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favourite book of the year? I think, if I'm honest, this would take a lot. The Silent Patient could completely shock me and become my favourite book of the year. I wouldn't say that's going to be the case so far, and like I said, I'm probably over a third of the way through. It could shock me in the fact that I actually understand the hype that is behind this book, because quite often I don't. There have been quite a lot of 9 out of 10 scoring books this year. There were some great sort of armchair travel chick lit books during, what was it, maybe spring or early summer when we were in sort of lockdown 1. I very much doubt that something is going to shock me and become my favourite book of the year in the next 6 weeks. I would say, as you'll know if you saw my last video, Together by Christmas by Karen Swan completely shocked me, and I would probably say that is the biggest shock of the year when it comes to books. Again, if you haven't seen that review, I will leave that linked up here or in the description below. So finally, question 6 is, have you already started making reading plans for 2021? I wouldn't say that I have made firm plans. For me, plans mean a written list, and I haven't done that. I would though like to broaden my reading horizons, if that doesn't sound too cheesy. I'd like to broaden sort of the genres that I'm reading. I will always love chick lit, and I will always fall back on that if I am feeling a bit down, if life's getting a little bit tricky and we're feeling flat. That's my happy place. God, I think I've watched too much I'm a Celebrity. Like with this, Leave the World Behind, this typically isn't something that I would naturally be drawn to, but actually I've read the blurb and it sounds really, really interesting. That is my first ever book tag done. I hope it was a little bit interesting, or entertained you for a few minutes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you did enjoy it and you'd like to see sort of more of this kind of thing, give this video the thumbs up. I can then make sure that I do more of this kind of thing. I'm gradually learning what you like and what you'd like to see more of. If you love book reviews, book related content, if you like chick lit, popular fiction, please press subscribe, press that little bell and you'll be notified when I next upload a video. So thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you again back here next weekend, where I will have for you my thoughts on The Silent Patient. Take care, have a good week, bye!